Captain America Civil War ... in 1976? Hey, true believers! It's Tyler Dunbar here, and today we're traveling back in time to a groovy era, the 1970s. Imagine a world where Disney, already known for its family-friendly entertainment, acquired the rights to Captain America Civil War back in 1976. Picture this: bell-bottoms, disco balls, and superheroes battling it out on the silver screen. Could you imagine Captain America sporting a patriotic jumpsuit while throwing down against Iron Man in a disco-themed showdown? It's a wild, wonderful, and wonderfully weird thought experiment, and we're diving headfirst into this alternate cinematic universe. Let's dive into the casting, direction, costumes, scenes, rating, box office, and the ultimate showdown. Get ready for a nostalgic trip filled with what-ifs as we explore how this classic Marvel story might have unfolded in the age of disco. All right, let's start with the heart of any superhero film, the cast. We need actors who embody the spirit of these iconic characters, but with that 1970s flair. For Captain America, we need someone who embodies that all-American Boy Scout image, but with a side of 70s grit. My pick? Burt Reynolds. He's got the charm, the look, and can rock that cap suit like no other. Next up, Iron Man. We need someone with swagger, wit, and a bit of a devil-may-care attitude. Who better than Robert Redford? He'd bring that Tony Stark charm, and with a little 70s makeover, he'd be electrifying. And what about the supporting cast? Picture this: Faye Dunaway as Black Widow, bringing that icy beauty and deadly skill. And for Bucky Barnes, how about a young, rugged John Voight? He'd be perfect as the conflicted Winter Soldier. With this cast, we're talking box office gold. Now, for the visionary to bring this all to life. We need a director who can handle action, drama, and a touch of 70s spectacle. My pick? Steven Spielberg. He's already proven himself with Jaws, and he's about to unleash Close Encounters on the world. Spielberg knows how to build suspense, create iconic moments, and deliver heart-pounding action. Imagine the airport fight scene from Civil War, but with Spielberg's signature camera work and pacing. It would be epic. Plus, his ability to blend action and emotion perfectly aligns with the core of Civil War's story. He'd capture the essence of these characters, the weight of their choices, and the epic scope of their conflict. With Spielberg at the helm, Captain America Civil War wouldn't just be a superhero movie, it would be a cinematic event. Now, let's talk costumes. We need to stay true to the spirit of the characters while embracing the fashion sensibilities of the era. Picture Captain America in a more tactical, almost military-inspired suit, with maybe some red, white and blue stripes for that 70s flair. Think less spandex, more functional, but still undeniably Captain America. Iron Man's suit would be a sight to behold. Imagine a sleeker, more angular design with those iconic gold and red colours really popping. It'd be like a high-tech disco ball ready to throw down. And the rest of the heroes? Black Widow in a sleek jumpsuit, maybe with some bell-bottoms and platform boots. Hawkeye rocking a headband and a more rugged outdoorsman look. And Falcon? Imagine him soaring through the sky in a bomber jacket with those iconic wings. It'd be a visual feast for the eyes. Chapter 4. A blast from the past, reimagining iconic scenes. Okay, time to have some fun and reimagine some of Civil War's most iconic scenes. The opening action sequence in Lagos? Imagine this. Instead of a bustling African marketplace, we're in the heart of a vibrant 70s disco. Picture flashing lights, funky music, and our heroes battling it out amidst the groove. And remember that epic airport battle? Let's transport that to a retro-futuristic airport with those classic orange and brown colour schemes. Picture Spider-Man swinging off vintage airplanes, Ant-Man causing chaos among the luggage carousels, all while classic 70s rock blares in the background. And the final showdown between Cap and Iron Man? Forget that desolate Siberian landscape, let's have them clash in a derelict drive-in theatre with flickering movie screens and vintage cars providing the backdrop for their emotional confrontation. It'd be a clash of ideals against a backdrop of pure 70s nostalgia. Chapter 5. PG or PG-13, a family affair. Now, for the big question, What rating would a 1976 Disney-produced Captain America Civil War receive? This one's tricky. Disney was known for its family-friendly fare, but the 70s also saw the rise of grittier, more mature films. Given the themes of conflict, betrayal, and the morally complex nature of the story, a PG rating might be pushing it. A PG-13 rating seems more likely, allowing for some intense action sequences and thematic depth, while still appealing to a wider audience. However, knowing Disney's knack for storytelling and their ability to find that perfect balance, they could pull off a PG rating without sacrificing the core of the story. They'd find a way to make it thrilling and thought-provoking while keeping it accessible to younger audiences. Chapter 6. Box Office Bonanza. A 70s blockbuster? Now, the moment of truth. How much would Captain America Civil War rake in at the 1976 box office? This is where things get interesting. The superhero genre wasn't the box office juggernaut it is today. However, with Spielberg at the helm, a stellar cast and a gripping story, this wouldn't be your average superhero flick. It would be a cultural event. People would flock to theatres to see Cap and Iron Man duke it out. Adjusting for inflation, I'd say Captain America Civil War could have easily pulled in the equivalent of $500 million or more in today's money. It would have been a smash hit, proving that superhero stories, when done right, have universal appeal. Chapter 7. Disco Demolition Night, the final showdown. Finally, let's talk about the villain and the outcome of that epic showdown. In this 70s version, Baron Zemo, with his vendetta against superheroes, could be reimagined as a disgruntled Vietnam War veteran, disillusioned with power and seeking to dismantle the system that failed him. Imagine him orchestrating a grand scheme that pits Cap and Iron Man against each other amidst the chaos of Disco Demolition Night at Comiskey Park. The final battle would be explosive, set against the backdrop of burning disco records and a nation on the verge of change. But ultimately, just like in the original, it wouldn't be about who wins the fight. It would be about Cap and Iron Man realizing they're fighting for the same ideals, just from different perspectives. They'd find common ground, setting aside their differences to face a greater threat, leaving the audience with a message of unity and hope. Wow! What a trip down memory lane. Reimagining Captain America Civil War in the groovy era of 1970s was a wild ride. From the star-studded cast in their retro-chic costumes to the iconic scenes reimagined with 70s flair, it's fascinating to think about how this superhero epic might have unfolded in a different time. It just goes to show that great stories transcend time and place. Whether it's the digital age or the disco era, the battle between freedom and security, between individual liberty and the greater good, remains timeless. Thanks for joining us on this nostalgic journey. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more what-if scenarios. Let me know your dream 70s cast in the comments below.